Problem is to write a Python program to find the factorial of a number using recursion. Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to WsCube Tech. My name is Ayushita and in this video we will learn how to write a program to find the factorial of a number using recursion. So guys, to find the factorial of a number using recursion, first of all we need to know what is factorial and what is recursion. So first of all, let's talk about these terms. Let's discuss what is recursion and then let's discuss what is a factorial of a number. First of all, talking about recursion. Recursion is a process where a function calls itself inside a function. For example, if I have written any function called as def hello, and inside I have written print hello world, and then I have called the function itself hello, and outside the function again I have called this function hello. So what will happen when we will call this function hello? This will go over here, print hello world, and then call this function again. Then again it will go over here, print the function, that means print the hello world, and again it will call itself. So what will happen? A continuous loop will start over here, that it will go, call the function, then inside the function again it will call itself, then again inside the function it will call itself. So a continuous loop will start that will not stop until it reaches its limit over here. This is called recursion, where a function calls itself inside a function. But this needs to be stopped, so that also stops over here. We have different methods to stop. But it does not mean that it never stops. We put certain conditions over here that this loop over here stops. And now what we need to do, we need to find the factorial of a number. To find the factorial of a number, first of all, let's understand what is factorial. Talking about, first of all, factorial. So if I write factorial of 5, so this symbol is a factorial symbol. If I write factorial of 5, then how we will find factorial of 5 in our math? It will be 5 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. That would be 5 times 4 is 20, 20 times 3 is 60, 60 times 2 is 120. That would be 120. If I want to find the factorial of 4, it would be 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. That would be 4, 3 times is 12, 12, 2 times is 24. The factorial of 3 would be 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. So 3 2 times is 6. And factorial of 2 would be 2 multiplied by 1. That is 2 itself. And the factorial of 1 will be 1 itself. Right. So this is our 5 factorial. This is our 4 factorial. This is the value of our 3 factorial, 2 factorial and the factorial of 1. So this is how we find the factorial of a number. Now, if we are talking about recursion, in the recursion, if we want to call a function inside a function, how this will work? Suppose if I have written def and I want to find a factorial of n. So let's say n is 5 or any other number, right? If I will be giving a condition over here now that if our number, if n is equal to 1, in that condition it will return 1 itself because the factorial of 1 is 1 itself. And else if it is greater than 1, in that condition what we will be doing? In that condition we will return. Now how to find a factorial of a number using recursion? We have a simple logic over here that let's understand it in this way. That if I know the factorial of 4, that is 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, and if I multiply it by 5, then I will easily know the factorial of 5. But how to find the factorial of 4? We know that 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, that is the factorial of 3 multiplied by 4 will give us the factorial of 4. And what I'm trying to say is, if I know the factorial of 4 and if I multiply it by 5, I'll get the factorial of 5. Similarly, if I know the factorial of 3 and I multiply it by 4, then I'll get the factorial of 4. Similarly, if I know the factorial of 2 and I multiply it by 3, then I'll get the factorial of 3. That means 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. Right, this is the factorial of 3. Right, this is how we find the factorial of a number. So here what I need to do to return this number, first of all, the n numbers, suppose it is 5. So if I'm talking about 5, it will return 5. Also, what it should return me? It should return me the factorial of n minus 1. That means 5 multiplied by factorial of 4. So 5 multiplied by factorial of 4 would be our 120. But how to find the factorial of 4? So for factorial of 4, it will again call this function and it would be like 4 multiply by factorial of 3. That is 4 will be the n and now n minus 1 would be 3. Again it will call the function itself. Now n will be 3 and n minus 1 would be 2 factorial. Now again the function will call itself 2 multiply by 1 factorial, and for 1 we know the value is 1 itself, right? This is how the factorial of a number will work using recursion. Now let's put this logic inside our program. So all I need to do is write def factorial of n. So my name of my function is fact, and here I'm giving a condition that if n is equals to 1, in that condition we will return the value 1. Else what we will return, in that case we will return n multiply by factorial of n minus 1. Next I will ask for the user input, that for which number they want to find the factorial. So n is equals to int input, enter the number here. Once a user has given a number over here, what we need to do, we need to give a conditional statement that if n is smaller than or equal to 0. So suppose the user has written any number, let's say 0 or any other number that is less than 0. In that case, we'll print it for them that enter a positive number. Else, we will print the factorial of the given number, fact, with the value n. Let's run and see what output we will get over here. So it says enter a number. Here we know the factorial of 5 is 120, and our answer over here also says the factorial of the given number is 120. Again, if I'll run it, enter a number here. Let's write 4. We know the factorial of 4 is 24, and yes, it is 24. And the factorial of 6 would be 120 multiplied by 6, that is 720. Let's see if it is correct or not. Yes, it's 720. That means our program is working perfectly fine, and all we have done over here is created a function called as factorial n. Inside that we have given a condition that if n is equals to 1, that means whatever our number is, if it is equal to 1, in that case we'll return the number itself. Else what we will do, we will write return n multiply by factorial. That means it will call the function again itself by n minus 1. After this, we need to give a condition that if n is smaller than or equal to 0, in that condition we will ask the user to print a positive integer over here. And if it is greater than 0, that means if it is not smaller than or equal to 0, that means it is greater than 0. In that condition, we have to find the factorial of a number by calling the function itself. And else what we need to do is we need to find the factorial of number by printing it, by calling the function over here. So I hope you guys have no doubts in the questions in this program, and for more such interesting videos, stay connected guys. Thank you.